Thank you, Chair. Good morning, General.
Good morning, Honorable Member.
General, is Minister Mchunu, is he corrupt?
Thank you, Honorable Member. It is the type of a question that one cannot answer with a direct answer unless if it's qualified by the chain of events as it is tabulated in my affidavit. But in case of a direct answer that one can give as it stands is a no.
Is Minister Mchunu part of the drug cartel or drug gang in Gauteng?
As per, thank you, through you, Chair, as per my affidavit, the involvement of the minister is up to so far where I had explained in terms of the links, which are indirect links with the cartel under investigation.
Is that a yes or no? Is that a yes or no? Is he part or is he not part?
It's a no if then it's supposed to be a yes or no.
Thank you, General. Is General Sibiya corrupt?
The same answer will be applicable because corruption is a charge that needs to be investigated. Up until the investigation then is completed, and then a person, a subject of investigation is charged, then you can come to that conclusion of a direct answer of a yes. So the answer, whilst the investigations and inquiries are ongoing, it will always be a no.
Is General Sibiya part of the drug cartel in Gauteng?
The same response will be applicable to the question, Honorable Chair, that the investigations are ongoing. So one is not in a position to say yes or no in terms of the mentioned individual like General Sibiya.
So the answer is no, as you stand here today.
Yes.
You testified yesterday that, open quote, almost the entire SAPS Gauteng works for cartels, close quote. How many members are there, SAPS members are there in Gauteng?
Thank you, Chair. One then cannot be in a position to give the figures unless then one has to get the figures from the respective directorate of human resources, as well as maybe the CFO to give us the numbers in terms of their payrolls. But going back to my statement, I qualified it and I will always qualify it with our experiences that I was narrating that we are currently experiencing still, that the operations in Gauteng, they are obstructed such that it gives that opinion that most of the police officers then are part, because you get a new name almost every day of a member at all levels that is then associated with different cartels.
You see, General, the reason why that you don't have that luxury, you are a senior, most senior South African Police Service official. You are the head of crime intelligence. It is your core function to know that when you make such a public statement about SAPS, that it must be attached or come with solid proof. Because if I sit here as a layman and the head of crime intelligence says that almost the entire SAPS Gauteng works for the drug cartels, in my view, I would say that's not a layman saying that. That's a head. That's a national head. That means he must have solid proof to make such a statement. You have a duty not to just make statements like that. You have a duty to only make such statements when you have the facts. And that's what you've been saying, that your division is meticulous in investigation. So therefore, it is important for me to understand the financial year 2024-25, General. Gauteng had between 36 to 38,000 members. So when you say almost the entire SAPS in Gauteng, 100% of that is 38,000. So how much out of 38,000 members in Gauteng, based on the statement you've made yesterday, does almost refer to? The entire is 38. What is the amount based on your intelligence who are working for the cartel in Gauteng?
Thank you, Honorable Member. The statement cannot be properly understood if it is singled out and cited as a standalone statement. It talks to, I gave an example of our interventions through PKTT in KZN, that there was an open statement that the local police officers are compromised when it comes to investigation of such cases. And that was made to be part of our investigation, the identification of those, and then the investigation thereof to confirm. Then indeed, as of now, the number of police officers that are involved, that were arrested, that has been arrested, because the operation is still ongoing, it's at 35. Some of them have already been convicted. Some of them are still then awaiting the finalization of their trials.
Sorry,
now,
General.
I'm coming back.
Just because of my time, sorry. I get the point you're making, but I want you to understand that when you said that statement, you saw the commotion in the room. And Honorable James then repeated to clarify. To say, are you really saying? And then you confirmed Do you understand the impression you gave us? There was no room for us to draw different analogies. It was a direct statement that gave the understanding that you are saying majority of the total number of SAPS Gauteng works for the cartel. We can't dispute that. You are the head of intelligence. So we would assume you have intelligence on that. Are you saying now, to correct it, that you do not have intelligence on that statement, that the entire SAPS in Gauteng works for the cartel, almost the entire, that you do not have such intelligence, and that is a reckless statement made yesterday, and it gives the wrong impression?
Thank you, Honorable Member. I'll try to explain again because I was giving that statement the basis of which it came from with the KZN example. There will always be an overview of the threat that is identified, which then will be based on that statement. And thereafter, the process of identification and investigation will be a continuous process that then will talk to numbers and names. So it's something that is taking place on daily basis. But the statement for now, as I uttered it yesterday, it's related to the threat at a broader sense, to say the operation was affected by the fact that whatever that the team is planning will find its way to the target or to the persons of interest.
Yes, we're not disputing that. Zondo has shown us that there's criminal elements in SAPS. We're not disputing that, but it's not correct to say that as a general, you can come and first make a statement and then go and investigate. A statement that speaks to the integrity and the public confidence in the institution that you represent. You can't do that, General. It is not correct for you to make a blanket statement and say now, you'd have nothing to back that up here. You are still going to investigate and then come back and say, oh no, it's true. And how much is the number? So I put it to you as a project leader of a highly skilled and trained investigative team, and as the head of crime intelligence. It was a reckless, irresponsible statement for you to make. That's my submission to you. In the Madlanga Commission, you testified, General, that on the arrest of Mulife, one civilian boy Mtetwa called General Libya. Is that correct?
I do not have the affidavit that was submitted to the Madlanga Commission to confirm in terms of the paragraph and the correctness of the statement as it's put by the honorable member.
You stated it already. It is publicly available on all platforms, where you stated that one by the name of Boyam Tetwa called General Libya, and that is how you testified as what was interference by the Hawks. And then one Malcolm X then came and stated that he disagrees with you. It was not one Mtetwa. It was him who called General Libya. And he went public and said that you lied under oath. Did you lie?
Through you, Honorable Chair, I will then request that if then the questions are related to my affidavit submitted to the Madlanga Commission, and then I'm afforded an opportunity so as I can refer to, because it's not easy to admit to such type of questions without referring to a particular paragraph as made under oath.
Are you saying you did not testify to that effect at the Madlanga Commission?
I testified in Madlanga Commission based on my affidavit submitted.
Okay, let me rephrase. Are you saying you did not say Boy Mtetwa called General Libya in your testimony? Are you saying you did not say that?
I'm not saying I did not say it through you, Honorable Chair. I'm not saying I did it. All what I'm saying is I do not have the affidavit that I submitted to the Madlanga Commission as part of my bundle, so as I'm able then, I'm under oath here, so as I'm able then to give the response with reference to what I testified on at Madlanga Commission.
General, please describe your relationship with General Masemula and General Mkhwanazi. How would you describe your relationship?
Okay, thank you, Chair. We are colleagues, and the correctness of the statement as it's put by the honorable member.
You stated it already. It is publicly available on all platforms, where you stated that one by the name of Boy Mtetwa called General Libya, and that is how you testified as what was interference by the Hawks. And then one Malcolm X then came and stated that he disagrees with you. It was not one Mtetwa, it was him who called General Libya. And he went public and said that you lied under oath. Did you lie?
Through you, Honorable Chair, I will then request that if then the questions are related to my affidavit submitted to the Madlanga Commission, and then I'm afforded an opportunity so as I can refer to, because it's not easy to admit to such type of questions without referring to a particular paragraph as made under oath.
Are you saying you did not testify to that effect at the Madlanga Commission?
I testified in Madlanga Commission based on my affidavit submitted.
Okay, let me rephrase. Are you saying you did not say Boy Mtetwa called General Libya in your testimony? Are you saying you did not say that?
I'm not saying I did not say it through you, Honorable Chair. I'm not saying I did it. All what I'm saying is I do not have the affidavit that I submitted to the Madlanga Commission as part of my bundle, so as I'm able then, I'm under oath here, so as I'm able then to give the response with reference to what I testified on at Madlanga Commission.
General, please describe your relationship with General Masemula and General Mkhwanazi. How would you describe your relationship?
Okay, thank you, Chair. We are colleagues that grew up in the SAPS. We happened then to meet along our careers, where we first met and worked together for the first time was in the division operational response services, and then up to date we are still having that relationship of colleagues that are working for the SAPS.
You are very close, and one of the central things that brings you and makes you so close is the PKTT. I just want to go through a timeline because my time is almost up and I'm hoping I finish it in time. Just to show the interesting link between your relationship and how that relates to the PKTT. In 2011, General Mkhwanazi is briefly the acting national commissioner in 2011. In March 2012, General Mkhwanazi appoints General Masemula as Deputy National Commissioner Operations that later becomes policing. You testify in your affidavit that in 2018, you then as Major General or as Brigadier, whilst General Mkhwanazi is the Provincial Commissioner and General Masemula is the Deputy National Commissioner in 2018 for policing, you draft the implementation plan for the PKTT. And it is recommended officially by both General Mkhwanazi and General Masemula. In 2022, General Masemula becomes and is appointed the National Commissioner. And at his appointment, he then does similar to you what General Mkhwanazi has done to him when he was acting National Commissioner. And you get appointed as the head of crime intelligence. On provincial level, General Mkhwanazi is responsible for the PKTT and is also the co-chair for the steering committee that should have oversight over the PKTT. On national level, you have General Masemula, who is in control of the National Steering Committee. And you, as the project leader, moved from project coordinator to project leader of the PKTT, and as the head of crime intelligence. Is that an accurate and correct description of the timeline of this relationship centered around the PKTT?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. The only part that one has to start by disputing is